Close your eyes for a moment and imagine there is another version of you, living in a different reality, observing every step, every decision you make. What if this other you, existing in a parallel timeline, were trying to send you a message, a sign? The idea of parallel realities might even sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but the truth is that quantum physics shows us that the reality we perceive is just one among countless other possibilities. Every choice you make, every thought that arises in your mind, can connect you to one of these infinite realities. And in each of them, there is a version of you, some living incredible experiences, others overcoming unique challenges. But they all have something in common, an invisible and deep connection with you. Have you ever thought about consciously connecting with these other versions of yourself? What kind of messages would they have? What kind of wisdom could they pass on to you? Understanding that parallel realities exist is not just out of curiosity, it is a portal to self-knowledge and spiritual evolution. By exploring this connection, you open your mind to new ways of seeing your life, your decisions, and your full potential. This connection with your parallel versions can become a powerful tool for your personal development. It's like having access to a library of wisdom. You can learn from a version of yourself who has already overcome the same challenges you face today, or be inspired by a self who lives in total harmony with the universe, realizing their highest potential. Each of these versions has a gift for you, a new perspective, a valuable lesson, or even guidance. And as you energetically align with them, not only does your reality transform, but you open yourself to a universe of infinite possibilities. In this video, we will discover what signs your parallel versions might be sending you, and how you can communicate with them. It is a deep and transformative journey, where knowledge about parallel realities can be the key to unlocking a more conscious, abundant, and fully aligned life with your life's purpose. The concept of parallel realities is fascinating, and from a spiritual perspective suggests that the universe is made up of countless coexisting dimensions. Each of them is home to distinct versions of ourselves, living lives that mirror the infinite possibilities generated by our choices, thoughts, and energy. From a spiritual point of view, it is believed that these multiple realities are born from universal consciousness, where every thought and intention creates a new path in the universe, giving rise to a new reality where a part of us experiences a different story. In some of them, we may be realizing our greatest dreams, while in others, we face diverse challenges, all shaped by the vibrations and decisions we emit at every moment of our journey. Quantum physics in turn complements this idea, showing that the universe operates within a field of unlimited possibilities. The concept of quantum superposition tells us that even the smallest particles, and consequently reality itself, can exist in multiple states at the same time. This means that, in essence, all possible realities already exist simultaneously. And it is our consciousness, through its choices and energies, that collapses these possibilities, transforming them into a single reality that we experience. So the existence of multiple versions of ourselves in different realities is not just a mystical theory. It is an idea that resonates both in spirituality and science. Each you in another reality is a part of your infinite potential, living experiences that, even if separated by subtle vibrations, are deeply connected by the consciousness that manifests them. These different versions of us inhabiting distinct realities are not isolated. On the contrary, they may always be trying to communicate with us, sending signs and messages that can illuminate our path and our choices. But how do we identify these signs? How do we know if a version of us in another reality is trying to talk to us? Let's now unveil the most frequent indications that may point to this connection. Have you ever felt that a specific moment is strangely familiar, as if you had already lived it before? This sensation, which we call déjà vus, can be much more than a trick of the mind. In many situations, déjà vus is a clear sign that you are tuning into a parallel version of yourself. It's as if for an instant the boundaries between realities dissolve, and you catch a glimpse of an experience that another part of you has already lived. In addition to déjà vus, synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be mere chance, can be strong indicators that a parallel version of you is trying to make contact. When you start seeing numbers, symbols, or events repeating frequently, it can be a sign that something bigger is at play. These synchronicities are a powerful reminder that parallel realities are interconnected in ways we don't always perceive. It's as if a part of you in another dimension is guiding you, using these coincidences as a channel of communication. For example, imagine you are thinking about changing careers and suddenly start seeing the same symbol or a specific word everywhere in ads, on social media, even in everyday conversations. This repetition could be a way for a version of you who has already made this transition to show you the way. It's an invitation for you to pay attention to the signs around you and reflect on what they might be revealing. Dreams are another channel for this communication. They are doors to our subconscious, but they can also be windows to other realities. Very vivid dreams, which seem real and leave a strong impression, can be the manifestation of experiences of your parallel versions. If you dream of a life that seems different but at the same time familiar, or meet people you've never seen in real life, you might be accessing memories or experiences of another self. Lucid dreaming, where you know you are dreaming and can even guide the dream, is an even stronger sign. In these moments, you can consciously and directly connect with other realities and explore these alternative versions of yourself. The secret is to pay attention to the details, the places, the people, the sensations. They can bring important messages, guiding your choices or alerting you to something that needs attention in your life. For example, if you repeatedly dream of a situation you wish to live, but which is not yet your reality, this could indicate that this reality already exists in another dimension and is available to you. To interpret these dreams, it is necessary to self-observe and often meditate upon waking to absorb the essence of what was experienced. Have you ever had those moments when you feel out of place, as if the environment around you doesn't fit perfectly? This phenomenon, which many describe as being out of times or displaced, can be a sign that you are temporarily tuned into a parallel version of yourself. This feeling of disconnection from the present can arise suddenly, as if for an instant you don't recognize your surroundings or feel you should be somewhere else. These experiences can be confusing, but they also indicate that realities are crossing and that your consciousness is adapting to different frequencies. For example, you might be in a familiar place but suddenly have the impression that something is not right, as if there were a glitch between realities. This feeling can be a subtle message from a parallel version of you, inviting you to reflect on where you are and where you could go if you made a different choice. Your intuition is also a powerful sign. We all have felt that inner voice that guides us without an apparent logical reason. But what if these strong intuitions were in fact a form of communication from a parallel version of you, trying to direct you to the right path? They can appear as an irresistible feeling that something needs to be done, even if you don't understand why. It's as if a part of you in another reality, where the decision has already been made, is sending you an impulse to act in a certain way. And beyond intuition, sudden behavioral changes, when you start acting differently without an obvious explanation, can be indications that a parallel version of you is influencing your present reality. Perhaps you start incorporating new habits, interests, or even altering your daily routine without fully understanding where these changes come from. This can be a reflection of a deeper connection with a part of you that has already lived these experiences and is in some way projecting that energy into your current life. These signs are an invitation to go further. If you want to deepen this journey of self-discovery, subscribe and become part of our community. Upon perceiving the signs of communication between your parallel versions, the next step is natural. Learn to harmonize your energy to make this connection even stronger and clearer. Vibrational alignment is a practice you can incorporate into your daily life, drawing closer to these alternative versions and bringing their lessons into your life. Everything in the universe is energy, and this energy vibrates at different frequencies. Every thought, emotion, and action you have emits a unique vibration that tunes into certain realities. When we talk about parallel realities, we are referring to distinct vibrational states that exist simultaneously. For example, the version of you who lives a life of fullness and inner peace vibrates at a higher frequency, which precisely attracts these experiences. To align with this higher version of yourself, it is crucial to understand that your vibrational frequency is not static. It can be raised or lowered according to the quality of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Simple practices to raise your vibration include gratitude, forgiveness, and compassion. By cultivating these feelings, your frequency rises, bringing you closer to versions of yourself who already live in states of greater harmony. For example, by practicing gratitude every day, you tune your energy to a reality where abundance is already a natural part of your daily life. This practice, though simple, is incredibly powerful and can transform how you experience your current reality, bringing you closer to the version of you who already experiences fullness. Raising your vibration is a continuous journey, and consistency is key to maintaining this tuning with your parallel versions. Therefore, it is essential to integrate daily routines that sustain a high frequency. These practices can include meditation, physical activity, conscious eating, and even mindfulness towards your words and thoughts throughout the day. Meditation, for example, not only calms the mind but also purifies dense frequencies that may be preventing the connection with your higher versions. Similarly, a diet rich in fresh and nutritious foods contributes to the well-being of the body and mind, creating a clearer and more receptive energy field. The intention behind your practices is as important as the practices themselves. It's not enough to follow a routine automatically. You need to set a clear intention to align your energy with the version of yourself you wish to manifest. Every habit you adopt should be seen as a step towards your ideal reality, a bridge connecting your present to your maximum potential. In this journey, meditation proves to be an incredible tool, as it allows you to access states of consciousness where the boundaries between realities become thinner. If your goal is more peace and harmony in life, during meditation, visualize yourself in a tranquil place, feeling that calm and serenity. Allow yourself to immerse in that sensation as if you were already living that reality. Over time, this practice will align your vibration with that version of you, bringing this experience more and more into your daily life. However, none of these practices will have their maximum effect without a deep level of perception and self-awareness. It is fundamental that you consciously observe your thoughts, emotions, and actions to ensure they are in tune with the frequency you want to emit. Self-awareness is what allows you to identify negative patterns that might be keeping you stuck in a reality you don't want. Therefore, the practice of self-observation is so important for expanding your consciousness. Try to set aside a few minutes each day to reflect on how you feel and what thoughts are predominating. Ask yourself if these thoughts and emotions are aligned with the version of you that you wish to manifest. And if they are not, make conscious adjustments, replacing negative patterns with positive thoughts and feelings. The interpretation of these messages and signs begins with the act of recognizing and validating these experiences. So, do not ignore or dismiss as unimportant what might seem like a simple coincidence or a meaningless dream. On the contrary, write down these experiences, reflect on them, and observe if patterns emerge over time. For example, if you keep dreaming about a specific place or person, it could be an indication that a version of you in another reality is guiding you toward a similar experience in your current life. Meditation is also a powerful tool to explore these signs at a deeper level of consciousness. During meditation, focus on the sign or message you received and let your intuition guide you to its true meaning. Intuition is fundamental for deciphering these signs. Often the message may not make immediate sense, but your intuition can bring valuable revelations about what it truly means. So, trust your inner voice and the feeling these experiences bring you. If something feels right or deeply resonates with you, it is very likely that you are on the right path to interpreting that message correctly. After interpreting the signs, the next step is to bring the lessons learned into your daily life. This integration does not need to happen immediately. It can develop gradually as you become aware of the necessary changes. Applying messages from your parallel versions means opening yourself to new ways of acting, thinking, and feeling. If one of them is guiding you towards a specific path, think about how you can adapt that advice to your current reality. For example, if you feel a strong intuition to change careers, even if it seems scary, this could be the push you needed to align your life with a higher purpose. Another practical example, that persistent feeling that you should try a new hobby or learn a new skill. It could be a message from a version of you who has already mastered this skill and finds great joy and fulfillment in it. And by following this guidance, you not only expand your capabilities, but also connect more deeply with that part of yourself. The great importance of integrating these messages lies in their ability to create a more authentic life, truly aligned with who you are. Every small adjustment, every decision you make based on these perceptions brings you closer to the ideal version of yourself that already vibrates in another reality. This process of aligning with your parallel versions and applying their insights in daily life can be seen as a journey of pure personal and spiritual growth. Every new clarity, every change in habit, every choice made based on these messages propels you towards a higher version of yourself. This alignment not only accelerates your growth, but also expands your consciousness beyond what you thought possible. You begin to understand that your current reality is just one of many, and that you have the power to choose which one you want to live, all based on the frequencies you emit and the decisions you make. With each step, new doors open, revealing more and more layers of your true essence. May your vibration stay high until our next moment of wisdom and self-discovery.